The award-winning quirky love story WhistleStop is currently running at Maboneng before moving to the Playhouse in Durban. This comes after a successful run at the Baxter Theatre and National Arts Festival. Under the direction of Frances Slabolepszy, the cast of the play is award-winning duo and real-life couple Ameera Patel and Jaques de Silva. WhistleStop maps the journey of two strangers who start to fall in love on a park bench, a story of love revealing things that some are scared to reveal. But to tell us more about the production, we're joined in studio by director Frances Slabolepszy and Ameera Patel, who is an actress and a playwright. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Morning Lab.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Frances. Yes. Is this a typical love story between boy meets girl, or what is so different and fascinating about this particular love story?
Well, it is a typical story, I think, but what's so interesting about it is that you hear the subtext, you hear what's going on in their heads, and I think a lot of people relate to it very, very strongly. We have audiences coming to us afterwards and going, it's my story, because you're hearing what people say and what people think, and that's what sets it apart, I think, from other love stories and makes it so heartwarming and heartfelt for a lot of audience members.
Ameera, I think what makes this particular production so real is the fact that you and your boyfriend are husband, excuse me, are indeed a couple in real life.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that, having that dimension in your work.
I think how it really helps the work is that we don't have to, it's a very physical play as well, and I think there's just a comfort and a familiarity with each other's bodies that we could move quickly past in the rehearsal process. Getting used to each other, we could just jump straight in.
Okay. Talk to us about just some of the challenges that you faced, being a part of this production, whether from a personal perspective or from a professional perspective.
I think one of the biggest issues was the first year that it was having its run, we fell pregnant. And because of the nature of the work, I had to tell. Frances was like one of the first people who found out about the pregnancy before the 3-month thing, and then we were quite nervous about some of the moves and whether I could do them still.
Yes.
So that is, yeah.
Frances, you guys have had a fantastic run. You've been all over the country. What would you attribute the success of this particular production to?
I think the success of it does come down to the fact that it's a story that everybody shares. It's incredibly current, and it's written, Ameera wrote it, it's almost like a stream of consciousness. It really resonates with a lot of people, regardless. Everybody knows about love. Regardless of how old you are, you feel it. And I think that the fact that it's really hit home with so many people is the reason that it's done so well, yeah.
Of course. Ameera, the significance of the title, WhistleStop?
So the idea is that it's something that's very much a part of the one character, is her whistling, and it's her way of sort of finding her calm and her peace and her solitary time. And it really drives the other character crazy. And I think it's like typical of a relationship. It's like you love your partner, but there is that one thing that if you could redesign.
I know about that one or a few other things. All right, talk us through the process. I want to get both your perspectives. Frances, your perspective, just how the process has worked itself out. And with you, Ameera, I want to know if your vision, what you had in mind, seeing it play out, are you satisfied with what you've been able to achieve?
I think we've gotten more than my initial vision. And I think that's what happened. So I think if I had tried to direct and act and do the whole thing, and you don't allow other eyes into the space, it stays stagnant. And it stays just with your tiny little vision of what it could be.
And so it's become so fluid, and it's flowed and grown.
Yeah.
All right. And Frances, from your perspective, the production process?
It was amazing. Ameera approached me at the end of 2013 with a script and said, what can we do? What should we do? Because we were at drama school together back, and we graduated in 2005. So we've known each other a very long time. And she approached me with the script and said, let's see. And because the script was written for her and Jaques, it was very easy to put it on the floor quite quickly and start playing around and seeing what happened. And from then it's just been an incredibly smooth process, which has just been so productive. We always want to be at rehearsals. We always want to do it. You know, there's been no kind of sense often it's hard to put on a play because of people's schedules, because of life. But this play has really been in a completely different zone because we're so close and because Jaques and Ameera are married. So it's just happened.
It just
in a
flows.
beautifully
It's so
flowing
organic.
way.
I love
Exactly,
it. I love
organic.
it.
Yeah.
Where can people get tickets? And any plans of moving anywhere else across the country?
Well, yeah, so for today, we actually only have one more performance at Pop Art, which is today at Hoppers 3. There are maybe 20 tickets left at the door.
At the door?
Yeah, I think.
And how much are the tickets going for?
Closed 120.
120. And I mean, we are in the month of love, ladies.
Yes.
And I just want to get your perspective on women loving the arts, women growing in the arts. Where are we going as South African women in the arts? Are we being empowered? Are we being encouraged to fall in love with the arts and to really follow our passions?
Yeah, I think that it's a big question. But I think what I'm noticing in work that's popping up is that women are starting to voice their stories much more than before. So you're getting stronger women playwrights coming out and women directors, and so it's not just the actors telling a male story or a story maybe written for women by a man, directed by a man. And I think that as we have more women writing and directing, the stories will have a different essence to them.
Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Anything you want to add quickly?
Yes, please like us on Facebook. That's the way to find out where we're going next. We're hoping to get to Durban later this year and continue traveling around the country. So Facebook's the best place to find where WhistleStop is going next.
All right, fantastic. Ladies, thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much
Thank
for making
you.
the time to be here. Frances Slabolepszy and Ameera Patel talking to us about WhistleStop, which is currently taking place at Pop Art in Maboneng. Get your tickets. There's only about 20 of them left. So you can make sure that you head to Maboneng this afternoon, Hoppers 3, and get your tickets at the door. Time for a quick break. Stay with us.